ain't trying to hear that dumb stuff now.
Grateful for the trust you bestowed, mindful of the sacrifices borne by our ancestors. Thank President Bush for his service to our nation.
Y'all need to put the little y'all bad.
44 Americans have now taken presidential office. Words have been spoken during rising times of prosperity. Still waters the table. Yet, every so often, the oath is taken amidst gathering clouds, raging storm.
I know people looking at me like, I know she ain't seen that big old
because of the skill and vision of my own. Because we remain faithful to the ideals of our forebears and true to our founding values. So it has been, so it must be with this generation of Americans. We are in the midst of crisis, is now well understood. The nation is at war against the far-reaching network. Consequences, read and their responsibility on the part of some.
My brother-in-law, Andre.
But also our collective failure to make hard choices. Prepare the nation for the new age.
Adriana
Homes
says.
have been lost.
That's why he was over there. Is he in Iraq, Afghanistan?
Iraq.
Each day brings further evidence that the ways we continue to strengthen our adversaries threaten our planet.
After what?
These are the indicators of crisis. Such as data and statistics. No less profound than the sapping of confidence across our land. It's here that America's decline is inevitable. The next generation must recover its sights. Today, I say to you that the challenges we face are real. They are serious and they are many. They will not be met easily or in a short span of time. But know this, America, they will be met. On this day, we gather because we have chosen hope over fear, unity of purpose over conflict and discord. On this day, we come to proclaim an end to the petty grievances and false promises, the recriminations and worn-out dogmas for far too long have strangled our politics. To remain a young nation, in the words of Scripture, the time has come to set aside childish things. The time has come to reaffirm our enduring spirit, to choose our better history, to carry forward that precious gift, that noble idea passed on from generation to generation, the God-given promise that all are equal, all are free, and all deserve a chance to pursue their full measure of happiness. Greatness of our nation. We understand that greatness is never a gift. It must be earned. Our journey has never been one of shortcuts or settling for less. It has not been the path for the faint-hearted. Those who prefer leisure over work, seek only the pleasures of riches, fame. Rather, it has been the risk-takers, the doers, the makers of things, Some celebrate it, but more often men and women obscure their labor. What carried us up the long, rugged path towards prosperity and freedom. For us, they packed up their few worldly possessions and traveled across oceans in search of a new life. For us, they toiled, they sweatshops, they settled the West, endured the lash of the whip, plowed the hard earth. For us, they fought and died in places like Concord, Gettysburg, Normandy, Quezon. Time and again, these men and women struggled and sacrificed and worked till their hands were raw so that we might live a better life. We saw America as bigger than some of our individual ambitions, greater than all the differences of birth and wealth and action. This is the journey we continue today. We remain the most prosperous, powerful nation on earth. Our workers are no less productive than when this crisis began. Our minds are no less inventive, our goods and services no less needed than they were last week, or last month, or last year. Our capacity remains undiminished. Our time of standing pat, protecting their interests and putting off unpleasant decisions, that time has surely passed. Starting today, we must pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and begin again the work of remaking America. For everywhere we look, there is work to be done. The state of our economy calls for action, bold and swift, and we will act, not only to create new jobs, but to lay a new foundation for growth. We will build the roads and bridges, the electric grids, and digital lines that feed our commerce and bind us together. We will restore science to its rightful place and wield technology's wonders to raise output quality and lower its costs. We will harness the sun and the winds and the soil, fuel our cars and run our factories, and we will transform our schools and colleges and universities to meet the demands of the new age. All this we can do. All this we will do. Now, there are some who question the scale of our ambitions, who suggest that our system cannot tolerate too many big plans. Their memories are short, for they have forgotten what this country has already done, what free men and women can achieve when imagination is joined to common purpose, necessity, courage. What the cynics fail to understand is that the ground has shifted beneath them. The stale political arguments that consumed us for so long no longer apply. The question we ask today is not whether our government is too big or too small, but whether it works, whether it helps families find jobs at a decent wage, care they can afford, a retirement dignified. Where the answer is yes, we intend to move forward. Where the answer is no, programs will end. Those of us who manage the public's dollars will be held to account, to spend wisely, reform bad habits, and do our business in the light of day, because only then we restore the vital trust between the people and their government. Nor is the question before us whether the market is a force for good for you. Its power to generate wealth, expand freedom is unmatched. But this crisis has reminded us from the reality of market can spin.